Hello guys, we're back with another video on the channel. It's all killer no filler. So I've got a couple of guests today. We've got this guy here, who you all know, Dan, MrSmelly.
Hello.
We've got our friend Sean with us today.
Hi guys.
We're in the pub. We thought it'd be fun to do a couple of videos. So the idea behind this video, we've got 16 designer fragrances for men here. We're calling them the best designer fragrances of all time. That's kind of a mix of what people in the community think, sales, a few different criteria. Not necessarily our favourites, but what would generally be considered to be the most popular, the most well known. Apologies if the sound isn't great, it's a bit makeshift. Apologies if I'm sweating, it's really hot in the pub here, it's about 30 degrees. Not going to be the most professional video, but we're going to go through it. So we've got 16 fragrances, as I said. We're going to have 8 battles, and obviously a winner for each battle, and we'll go through to the next round. Hopefully it won't be too long-winded, and we'll whittle it down and come up with the greatest designer fragrance. We're going to use Sean a fair bit, because if MrSmelly, keep calling that, it's Dan, and me,
call me that.
Choose. It's going to be more our sort of opinions, and some of what most people consider to be the best designer fragrances we won't probably think are.
Where's Monsieur de Givenchy? You left it out. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. We're talking about popular, well-known. Yeah,
that's a good point actually, because some of the big hitters that we or a lot of you guys might consider the best, like the likes of Monsieur de Givenchy, Dirty, Kuros, none of those are going to be in here because they're a bit polarising, they're a bit out there.
Exactly.
These are real mainstream, the well-known, department store fragrances. Not necessarily what we like.
Big hitters.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are a few here that we do really respect a lot as well, aren't there? Yeah.
So we're going to play on with it. Hopefully the sound's alright. Hopefully you can see us. It's a bit cramped around this table. So the first battle is, and I don't want it to just be my voice, but I'll just kind of do an intro on each one. So the first battle is going to be between 1 million, a slight cheat, this is 1 million intense because I don't have the original, and Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male. This is a vintage bottle, I think maybe 2006, I've got lots of these, but around that period. So we're going to have a battle with these two, we're going to spray them, we're all going to smell them, and consensus between the three of us, one will go through the next round, and we'll talk a little bit about them. So before I spray them, I'll just say, and all of you guys know this, but 1 million is generally considered to be kind of like a bubble gum sort of flavour. Essentially, the key note in here is really cinnamon. There are some notes in here, there's some amber, there's some rose, there's also some leather. I wouldn't necessarily say they're prominent, they're more part of the blend that makes this fragrance what it is. A real clubbing fragrance. So we're going to spray this. I am going to let it just settle for at least a few seconds so that we can get a little bit more than the first chemical spray. So, obviously I know what it smells like, but I'm going to try and grab this some. Give it a tap. So have a little sniff. Obviously we're going to compare it to Le Male, so just have a sniff of that first, get a whiff, see what you think. Whilst you're doing that, we'll get a bit of Le Male on there. We'll sniff them and then we'll see what we think. Now Le Male, mid-90s fragrance, here you go Dan. So a lavender bomb, lavender and mint essentially, and as it develops you get a lot of vanilla. In my opinion, not my favourite by any stretch, but I think this is the greatest men's designer fragrance ever created, just for the I don't know, the artistry, whatever you want to call it. It's an amazing creation, I think. And so, Sean, between those two,
it's the 1 million for me, Greg. You prefer the 1 million?
Yeah,
for me for sure. Yeah.
Anything that you think like scenarios? Is it like a summer, winter?
I think it's
formal,
young fragrance. I
think we'd agree with that.
20s going to a club.
Spot on. Yeah, kind of what it is. So you're going to go 1 million. What would you choose?
Definitely Le Male. Yeah.
Gonna have to go with Dan. To be fair, they are both massive clubbing fragrances, as you guys know. Huge heavy hitters, nuclear power. Got to go a bit light on the trigger with them.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Le Male as well. So 1 million. You're gone.
I find 1 million too sweet and bubblegummy a little bit for my life.
Yeah,
that's my thing with it. And Lamal,
She knows it inside out, back to front.
it's more complicated, more complex. Lavender, a bit of a barbershop smell, some people say. So for me,
So Lamar is advancing to the next round. Sorry, Sean. Right, next battle is going to be
But then if they see me on there, then might
two big hitters again, but for different reasons. So,
because they're going to know it.
1988, your Fahrenheit, and from, I don't know, maybe 95-ish, I think.
Amen.
Thierry Mugler, Amen. So, I'll talk about them both in a second. I'm going to spray them first so they... So these guys,
this is an interesting battle, actually. Yeah, these two.
This is a vintage bottle, early 2000s.
Right.
So
You can tell that because the lid's that shape, can't you? Yeah.
So give that one to Dan, and we'll give this Amen to Sean. So we've sprayed Fahrenheit and Amen. Fahrenheit, fragrance I always go on about. It's got like a greasy, oily, gasoline type of smell. There's leather and musk, violet leaf in here. 30 years old, and still, for me, it's my personal favourite designer fragrance seller. Amen, very polarising fragrance. Starts out with a very harsh sort of tarry note, then it develops into a real gourmand, so it's a real caramel chocolate fragrance. Some vanilla and honey in there. Beautiful on the dry down, but a lot of people can't get past the top of this because of that harsh tar note. So we're going to spray. We've sprayed these. We're going to come to an agreement on what we want to advance through to the next round.
Okay, I know what I think.
So, nobody needs to ask me. I choose Fahrenheit.
That's one of your favourite, if not your favourite.
It is my ultimate favourite fragrance of all time, bar none, yeah. So, Fahrenheit for me.
Yeah. I would go with Fahrenheit too. I find the other one a bit too annoyingly sweet and tarry, and this one is such a classic. It's hard to. It'd be hard for anything to beat it.
Sure.
I think Fahrenheit, because it's so unique, it's just out there on its own. Yeah.
So the winner, Fahrenheit, is in the next round. So we've got these two so far. Yes.
Yes.
Right.
And they will battle out.
Will they? Those two are
yeah.
okay. Is there like a seeding system here?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah.
about an hour. We might get down to the actual
You missed
final.
the group stages. Actually, that was another story.
Right. Third battle is
Well, that's why I queried Dan's, because it's
Queen.
Oh, blimey.
Excuse the written label. There's a reason behind it, but we've got Terre d'Hermès is going to go up against another huge bottle. Dolce & Gabbana, the one EDT. So
This is an interesting
I'll
one.
let Dan, if you can spray these two while I waffle a bit.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't think it's quite
So we'll start with this one, Dolce & Gabbana, the one. Woody, spicy fragrance, tobacco, amber. You know, it's one that I would say generally very few people dislike this. If you take out performance and all those things, as a smell on its own, most people would say this is a fantastic smell fragrance. So let Dan spray that.
EDT, is it?
That's the EDP.
Okay, right.
The Terre d'Hermès is the EDT. I do have the Parfum. I prefer the EDT, just personal
As soon
preference.
as I got them and I got them in my hand,
Excuse me.
and got printed, I'm like,
Yeah. So this is grapefruit, orange, and vetiver. They're the key components. When this transition comes, you get some patchouli, some pepper, and some cedar in here as well. Amazing fragrance. They're both amazing fragrances, but we're going to have a battle between the two, see what we think. So, is this one of them?
No, we've got them both here. Well, you'll know which is
one.
which. I think it's out there.
thanks, Laura. I rearranged
Okay.
chocolate.
Terre d'Hermès. Let you go first.
It's no contest for me.
Okay.
This recently has become very close to Fahrenheit and being my favourite all-time fragrance.
Really? I didn't know that.
This I would say, has got the best sillage of any fragrance. It's not necessarily like projection, but when you walk past someone. Sean and I were on holiday recently with our other halves, not together, just us. And there was an old guy, like rich-looking guy, wearing this, and he walked past on the beach, and I immediately said, Ted Hermes, and he went, yeah, it was like, and
Really?
it filled the air at the beach, and it just smelled like class,
Wow.
pure class. That's what I see with this fragrance. Somebody that knows, you know, quality. But anyway, I'm waffling. I'll pick that.
Okay. Sean?
I own both these fragrances, so Ted Hermes is my favourite too.
So it's definitely one, and I would have to agree, Terre d'Hermes. I quite like the one, but it's just okay. Terre d'Hermes is so distinctive, such a lovely combination of kind of dirty orange and vetiver. It is a total classic.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, has to go through.
Advances through.
Right.
Ted Hermes, who's it going to face in the quarterfinals? We're going to take these two. So Acqua di Gio Profumo, you could kind of consider, as we're talking about greatest men's fragrances, that we'd be talking about Acqua di Gio, the original. But I think most people kind of agree that this is an improvement on the original. So we're going to go with this.
It, hasn't it, really? Yeah.
You know, where Acqua di Gio, the original was very much a citrus fragrance with a lot of C notes, a lot of aquatic notes. This retains that, but it's also got patchouli and incense, which gives it a little bit more body, a bit more of a backbone, and makes it more of a universal sort of all year round fragrance, I think. So that's going to go up against this old classic, L'Eau d'Issy Pour On. Again, this is, I think 2006 was definitely a vintage bottle. Two very interesting notes, kind of unique. It's got yuzu in here, which is yuzu is a Japanese fruit. A lot of you guys will know it's similar to a grapefruit. It's also got blue lotus in here, which is a floral which smells very kind of watery. So them two notes combined, lots of citrus and vetiver in here. So that's the kind of makeup of this fragrance. So we're going to battle these two out. Get down to quickly give them those.
It's interesting because these are both quite sort of, these both have an aquatic kind of element, don't they?
Yeah.
So this is quite a good showdown, actually. The modern Pretender versus, what was it, 1994, the original, along with that Acqua di Gio, maybe 96, one of the original aquatics. That's Acqua di Gio.
Now this, we're going to let this settle for a minute because the top notes on this has dissipated a little bit.
Is it an older bottle?
Yeah, I think it's 2006-ish. So actually it doesn't smell fantastic. But anyway, you know what it smells like, so you can have a sniff of it. Do you remember this from back in the day?
I had this one in my 20s, yeah. It's fantastic.
I still love it.
Have you got the Acqua di Gio?
Yes.
For that. Do you know what? That's such a hard one.
It's quite hard. They're both really good, aren't they?
To be fair, that isn't quite there yet. Because the top notes aren't quite perfect, it takes 15 minutes or so before you really get it. Oh no, do you know what? That's tough. Look at it as if you could only have one. What would you have? I'm going to agree with Sean and go with Acqua di Gio. So it doesn't really matter what you say. But what would
it
you
was a close call.
Close though.
Therefore, I will say I do slightly love L'Eau d'Issy a tiny bit more. Both
it was
really
very
good.
close. Very close.
Yeah, very good.
Acqua di Gio goes up against Terre d'Hermes in the next round. Get rid of L'Eau d'Issy. Right, next one. Two absolute beauts.
But the administration side of scalp is going to
Show them and I'll let them down spray them while I waffle a bit. Lansdome de Guerlain pour on Eau Extreme. This is the original vintage bottle, you can tell by the shape. Dan, if you want to spray that.
Yes.
Professional video. There we go. So while he's spraying that, show you what's going up against Urim Intense DHI. So DHI, an iris bomb of a fragrance, lots of vanilla. You guys will know this one. One of the greatest men's designers of all time. It's kind of lipsticky makeup smell, which sounds like it wouldn't appeal to men, but it does. Lansdome de Guerlain is a bit of citrus at the top. It's really a sort of coffee, chocolatey fragrance. Patchouli is a keynote in here. And also anise. Very prominent anise note in here. Both of these.
I do know this one. Yeah, as you notice.
Do you know what? They're so good, both of them.
This is a tough
You
one.
go with your.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Dan?
Yeah, I'd comfortably go for the Dior actually. I slightly don't get the hype around Lynch stands to girl out. I've never loved it.
I didn't used to,
Okay.
but 10 years on from
Right.
but it's a full house because I'd go with this as well. I actually prefer Dior original to Dior Intense. I'm definitely in the minority with that. Dior Intense.
Yeah, that is like a 10 out of 10. That is beautiful.
Advances, vintage bottle, silver
Is it?
collar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2008, I believe.
Sticker.
2007.
That's quite a sought after bottle.
So yeah,
That is
original production. I've got lots of bottles from different years, but yeah. So that goes through.
okay.
Next one, guys. I hope this isn't too laborious. We have had a few drinks, but we're doing our best.
We've done this fairly early in the evening, before it got messy.
It's like they say,
You never. There may be another video later. That's another matter.
Right, let's do these two. So both of these are not the originals of these fragrances. So we've got Dior. Sorry, Sean, keep putting that in your face. Dior Sauvage. This is the Parfum. So obviously the ED2 was the original.
It's
going to go up against Bleu de Chanel. Not Blue Day. It's not a Blue Day. Bleu de Chanel.
Just a small correction. Eau de Parfum, not the Parfum.
Good point, because we are going to have a video later on the new Parfum version, which only came out 2 days ago, and we've just been and bought it in town, especially to do a video for you guys.
So it's the Eau de Parfum.
This is the Eau de Parfum. Right, so
Anyway,
if you can spray that,
give me some
blur
parts,
that.
This.
So,
when we get there, maybe
keynote in this one, as you guys probably all know, is Ambroxin, which is what's the word I'm looking for? It's a man-made version of ambergris, very crowd pleasing. A lot of the bergamot, a lot of pepper. Massively popular fragrance, probably more with the young crowd. A lot of people say it's kind of got a shower gel deodorant type smell, but it is without doubt one of the most I say complimented fragrances for that women like on men. I very rarely wear this, I don't particularly like it, but on occasions I have. Even an old geezer like me gets people coming up and asking what I'm wearing. So, Dior Sauvage going up against Bleu de Chanel. Bleu de Chanel, grapefruit, cedar in here, incense. The Parfum version is a bit sort of smoother, I'd say, than the original. I prefer it slightly, but they're all good. A real sort of can't go wrong with Bleu de Chanel. So we're going to sniff these two. Sorry.
Oh, we've lost Sauvage.
We've lost Sauvage, yeah.
You said you
That's
went
not
off and did shopping.
That must be it. Is that?
Can't smell anything.
I don't think we did Sauvage.
No.
Right.
We haven't seen. We haven't done.
No, we sprayed it. Sorry. Okay.
Are you familiar with Sauvage?
I know both of these ones. I've got both of these in my collection.
Right, okay, cool.
Well, we said
So, let you refresh your memory on Sauvage. Sean definitely knows Bleu de Chanel because he's wearing it, it's beast enough and behind him, I can smell it. So, what are we doing? What are we choosing?
I would go with the Bleu de Chanel Parfum because it's less commonplace, and that is a factor for me. That's too recognisable, and it's been projecting really well off you. I'm not sure if it's the same version, but I've smelled it on Sean tonight, really liked it. So for me, Sauvage a bit too much, a bit annoying, too recognisable. And this is very, very nice.
I'm going to agree and go with Bleu de Chanel as well. On a sort of tangent here, I watched a video yesterday, Eugene, He Smells Good. We love him, great channel.
Yep.
But he was talking about Dior as being a joke in the fragrance community because it hasn't produced any sort of renowned fragrances for like 15 years, and how Chanel is, and Guerlain are the only credible. I'd argue, what has Chanel produced since the last great Dior fragrance? This, because the great fragrances of Chanel are certainly before 2005 or whenever, and this was what took out in 2010.
Yeah.
I think they've gone down the exact same route as Dior, bringing out something like cloud-breathing fragrance. So I don't see the difference. I think they're both taking the same. But anyway, off on a tangent. We love you, Eugene.
Controversial man, isn't he, Eugene?
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
No fucks given. I think this is.
I'll give him that. Yeah.
So Bleu de Chanel goes through.
Bleu de Chanel is through. Sauvage is out.
So who's are we?
Fahrenheit was
They're together. They're
that.
together. So Bleu de Chanel's going up against DHI.
Ooh,
In the next round.
interesting.
We think we've got two battles left in the first round. Next up, Hugo Boss Bottled. Smells a bit like sort of an apple pie. It's vanilla, apple, cinnamon. I think this is a superb fragrance. Absolute stunner.
Do you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Alright.
I never wear it, but I've got so many things on.
Yeah.
You know, it's difficult to wear everything, but I do think it's a great fragrance.
Oh, okay.
And I put that up against. I put that up against Lennery de L'Homme.
Very vintage.
It's a 2011. I've got. This is sad, but I've got 2009, 10, and 11. So 11 was the first reformulation, so it's not original, but you won't be able to tell the difference. So we're going to spray these two.
Do that.
Lennery de L'Homme. The keynote in here is cardamom. It's vanilla. They're the two real notes. It's a real crowd pleaser. Going to get you noticed.
Okay. I'll spray some of that on there.
I think we just had a spot.
Sean's not familiar with Lennery, so are you?
Yeah, what's possible?
This was kind of one of the real hype trains of the fragrance community at one point. Not really
got
anymore.
that. I don't know
Lennery.
why anyone would. You know, there's no one spoken about that before, have they? Lennery?
I think one person did, yes. One well-known reviewer, yes. It was Jeremy. Jeremy is the German, yeah.
Fair play to it. I actually think it's really lovely. I don't think you can go wrong with it. I think it just smells nice, appealing. You know, you smell that on someone, you're going to be drawn into it. I think it's great, a really good fragrance. Again, one that I don't really wear.
She came to me when she was ill.
That's Lennery. Have you got the Boss Bottled spray anywhere?
Someone has it. I know Sean's got it.
It's a tough one for me.
Oh yeah, I said it.
You've got to look at it kind of like if you could only own one, what would you have, haven't you? That's the only way to really.
Is that Boss Bottle?
Yeah. Can you sniff it?
I think the YSL is classier than the bottle. The
Oh,
bottle
man.
is more fruity and
Oh,
friendly.
we got away with half an hour.
More daily friendly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
Easy for me.
we're going to choose.
Lennery de L'Homme is more classy. This smells a bit generic. Maybe other things copied it, but to me it sounds a little bit commonplace. It smells commonplace. So Lennery for me.
Shawnee?
Lennery, this one.
Yeah. Unanimous again.
That had to
Lennery goes through to the next round.
Okay.
I think we might have to speed this up a bit, but
be. Got one left.
we've only got two people.
We've
still
already
watching this.
described them, so the semi-final and final could be quicker because you've described them already. Yeah.
One of my all-time, actually both of these are in my top 10 of all time. Reef Gosh, the barbershop fragrance, the fragrance that Mark Roseaway said the best description of this ever. It smells like a dad. It totally does. Smells like, you know, it's a dad fragrance. Shaving cream. It's got rosemary, anise, lavender. It's the best barbershop fragrance ever.
Yep.
It's even in a shaving foam type can, so there's no mistake.
Great packaging.
Intention.
Yeah.
And this is up against us again, as I said, my top 10 of all time, this is in it. Regardless of cost, this is in the top 10 for me. Gucci Porom 2, Gucci Porom 2. The keynote in here is black tea, very relaxing in fragrance. It's got cinnamon in here, it's got violet. Yeah, just a stunner. A lot of people say it doesn't perform. I think it lasts a long time, it just doesn't really project. It's quite a close to the skin type of fragrance. Have you tried over these?
Never tried both
Right,
of these.
cool.
Yeah,
So this will be
I'd
good.
be interested to see what you think of Reef Gosh. It's very different to anything else that we've.
I remember the
more
female
of a-
version from years ago.
Ah,
the
yeah.
blue
Yeah,
one.
that's still actually
Yeah.
in production, but this is discontinued. But there's a new version. But it's it's completely the antithesis
barbershop
of
shaving
modern
fragrance.
fragrances.
Yeah.
Well, it came out in 2003. It's a classic smelling fougere fragrance, isn't it? Oh, it's just blown me away. Just wearing that.
It's beautiful.
But I can't choose between these two.
I guess you love Gucci Pour too, don't you?
Both of them. I just think they're amazing. Both of them. I'm going to bow out of this one. I don't think I can choose.
You have to. Sorry. I think we should make him have to choose between his two babies.
I do apologise. I'm a fat geezer as well.
That's Gucci Pour too.
Oh my god.
Well, this is a toughie.
I'm going to let you two pick.
Okay.
And then I might be the
You may have to choose.
If you're unanimous, I
You
won't
want
have
to
to choose.
Yeah, right.
I know which one to choose.
I think I know which one you choose too.
It's really gosh for me. Absolutely.
You know which one I'm going to choose.
Yeah.
I've never really actually got that Gucci Pour Homme 2 was that great. It's never appealed to me. So it's very easily for me. Rive Gauche Pour Homme, I love it. Beautiful. So
Very, very, very close. But again, it's unanimous. I would choose that if I could only have one of the two.
So that's against La Nuit de l'Homme. So that's interesting.
Right. So
Okay.
bear with us. We're there. Right. We've got rid of 8.
Yes.
So we're down to the next round. Again, MrSmelly said
Could be a little bit more rapid.
we're not going to talk about them.
yeah.
We're going to thrash it out.
From memory. Do you remember?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
There's no 20 minutes for up. So that's watch from the loft and do 50 minutes videos, and we watch them. So we're all right. Don't worry. First battle. These two.
Yep. I'll hold them. You guys.
Right. So we've already sniffed them. We know what they smell like. Fahrenheit versus Lamal. If we want to have a little refresh,
We just
have a little sniff of the nib.
It's Fahrenheit for me. It's Fahrenheit for me. Absolutely.
Daniel?
I'd narrowly favour Lamal, personally.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Obviously, going with that. This is amazing. Incredible creation, but for smell, Fahrenheit. So Fahrenheit goes through to the semi-finals. Me and Sean chosen that. So Fahrenheit's into the semis. Next battle. These two, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? Acqua di Gio versus Terre d'Hermes EDT, but you can choose half them if you want. It's just that's so good.
It's Terre d'Hermes for me.
Greg?
Without a doubt.
Okay. I was going to say the same. They're both very good, but it's not really that difficult. So that has to be the most impressive for me. Yeah.
Right, so first two semi-finalists. Fahrenheit versus Terre d'Hermes.
Okay.
Next battle, these two. L'Eau de Chanel versus Your Homme Intense. Quick recap.
Tough one.
You don't really need to smell that.
No,
You're wearing
I'm
it.
wearing that, but
It's beasting.
Shall I go first?
Chanel seemed to work really well on Sean.
Yeah.
Sean,
it did actually.
last time we went out, Sean had the L'Eau Edition Blanche, which doesn't really work like for me at all, but beasting off him all night.
Ready?
Yeah.
Easily for me, DHI, Dior Homme Intense.
Tony?
Total classic.
I'm going to go the same because it was just fantastic.
Same again, unanimous.
Yeah.
Your Homme Intense.
It's more innovative, isn't it, that smell? More different.
It is.
Yeah.
Go through.
Okay.
One thing we should have done at the start of the video,
Oh, yeah.
scent of the day. We've already talked about Sean's.
Oh, okay.
What are you wearing, Daniel?
I'm actually wearing Poseidon in the Caribbean by Dua Fragrances, which is a mix of Aventus and Virgin Island water, and I really like it.
When Dan came to my house, knocked on the door, and I opened the door and I said, Virgin Island water or gorse? You really smell it based off him, but that's what it was. And I'm wearing Fanboy, Wasp from the Loft, Hakel's Pegwell Bay, which to be fair,
Very good.
is destroying what these two are wearing.
It is.
Not saying that, it's just like performance wise, it's beasting. It's so good.
Really good fragrance. Yeah.
So anyway,
And Jordan's wearing blue Chanel.
Yeah.
Do you know if it's eau de toilette?
It's eau de toilette.
The original.
Okay.
Next battle.
Oh,
So
where are we?
we've got 3 semi-finalists.
Oh,
Yeah.
we've done. I've only got one left. Okay. Oh, this is really interesting. Rive Gauche, Horom versus La Nuit de l'Homme, and of course these are pretty different, aren't they? So
They are.
Yeah. What does one choose?
Both in the
there?
same house, as you say, but both very different.
So
Let's have a little.
I'll let you. It's unanimous for me. It's this. It's absolutely that.
I think I know. Well, it's without a doubt, all 3 of us are going to go for
I
that.
think it has to be Rive Gauche. Yeah.
Because this was made for us, wasn't it?
We are all over 40, are we?
We are.
Yeah,
We are.
so
yes.
we are.
Yeah.
Well, 2 of us are dads, and 1 of us is old enough to be one. So, but we love these classic smells, don't we? So,
Without doubt. So.
this is very much our opinion, not what's going to get you the most compliments or whatever. You know.
We're not about that. So we've got 4.
Yeah.
So we're going to have
Semi-finals.
what we're going to.
Oh.
What came up against which?
Do you want me to like blind?
I think it was. It makes sense. Let's do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 2 Dior's.
Dior Intense
Yeah.
going up against Fahrenheit. Both vintage versions. Okay. Semi-final number 1. Semi-final number 2. Terre d'Hermes up against Rive Gauche. So let's do. Right, we started with Dior, so we'll go first.
Okay.
Quick refresh.
Yep.
So good. So good. Do you want to have a little sniff through that? How can anyone pick between these two?
It's hard. It's hard. Yeah. This is like.
So Daniel,
It's a true semi-final. It's like Brazil versus Argentina. I would say I have to go Dior Intense.
wow,
Narrowly.
get out. Go on.
Narrowly. Sorry, I really think, I would rather wear that more often.
Okay, Shawnee?
It's so close, but I'm going to go Fahrenheit.
No, I'm going to say. It is very close.
It's very close.
Fahrenheit. It's through to the final.
Okay,
It's my video.
fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, it's my video. So it's always,
It's good that we don't always agree. That's,
it's always going to be rigged.
Yeah.
Right,
Can it go to penalties?
semi-final number 2. This is this is tough.
Can we make the final go to penalties? Work out what that would actually mean. But go on, yeah. This is a tough one, actually. Do let us know in the comments which you preferred.
Yeah, of course, guys.
Like you should have. How could you prefer that to that? All that kind of stuff. Yeah, we want to know.
So I think this is going to be an interesting one.
It's 2 10 out of 10s to me.
Yeah.
It's really. This is a toss of the coin or VAR decision.
Let's let Sean go first this time.
Okay.
I'm going to go Terre d'Hermes, but this is fantastic.
Ooh, this
I'm
makes
going to go Terre d'Hermes.
this makes it interesting.
Has to be done.
We'll let you
Okay.
choose.
I honestly, by a whisker on penalties, after extra time, would go for a Rive Gauche.
So would I. So would I. So we've got our finalists.
What about that? This perhaps does.
Greatest designer fragrances of all time, in our opinions, but there's loads we've missed out. You know, guys, it's just a bit of fun.
Well, it's good because one's from the 80s and the other one's from 2003, so there's a gap.
So let's thrash out the final. We're at 27 minutes, so there's now one person still watching. Have a snifter of Fahrenheit.
Yep.
If ever there was a battle that was hard to decide.
It's pretty tough. Again, 2 10 out of 10s, really.
So I'm going to let you two have the casting votes for the first votes.
Okay.
I think everyone knows.
Shall
what
I
I'm
go
saying.
first?
Yeah.
For my own personal gut feeling, which one I enjoy wearing most, although I love and respect Fahrenheit, I would have to go with Rive Gauche for me.
I knew you would do that. Sean?
It's close for me, but it has to be Fahrenheit.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, greatest designer fragrance of all time. 31 years after it was released, it still smells modern, current day. Dior Fahrenheit. Been telling you for years. No, but in all seriousness, amazing fragrance. Thanks, guys.
A worthy winner. A worthy winner.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up there. We're going to probably
close.
do a couple more videos. So we're going to do the Dior Sauvage Parfum unboxing. We know nothing about it, but we'll get to that. We'll do a video on that. So for now, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you stuck with us. See you soon.
Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.